Good morning, Paul here from Mental Health Motorbike. We now, believe it or not, the 4th of August. How is that even possible? Oh, listen, there's a motorbike razzing past in the background. So here we are for the weekly ramble. Sorry, I've been absent for a couple of weeks because we've been away. We've been working on events. Oh my goodness, I'll tell you a little bit about each one. But first of all, starting this ramble on a very sad note actually. One of our team is currently seriously ill in hospital. Our friend Louise, administrator, many of you will have met her, so she sends out publicity, she deals with mental health first aid, and she's got the battle of her life going on at the moment. So we're all shook up. We're all very, very concerned for Louise. And I know a lot of the members are, because the outpouring of love for her has been huge. So Louise, just remember, we're always with you, we love you, and just shout when you need us. I know you will, because you're that sort of person. And yeah, so much respect for Louise. She's become a good friend of mine personally, and somebody that's given so much to the charity. So Louise, our hearts are with you, sweetheart, and love beyond you can't begin to imagine how much love there is out there for you. So yeah, we're with you, mate. We're with you, mate, honestly. Yeah. Okay. Other news this week, what's been happening? So we've appointed 2 more regional coordinators. So I would love to say welcome to the team, Janet Alsop and Matt Wall. Matt's going to be responsible for the Channel Islands. Very interesting one, this one. So he's taken over Jersey and Guernsey. So we're all fighting to go down and meet with him, as you can imagine. And Janet, she's going to be taking over Lancashire, so making relationships with Bruin Sprocket and all the first aiders up in Lancashire. A much needed area to be covered because there's a lot of biking going on over there. So a massive welcome to Janet and Matt. Talking about events, we've just come back from Calne over the weekend. I'm still processing it. If you've never been there, it's something you should do. Literally, the whole of the town, everybody just opens their doors for one day to bikes. So they estimated this year's turnout was great, really successful. They estimated at least 10,000 bikes there. And looking at how rammed it was amazing. Massive thank you to the organising team there. Morning, mate. Despite it, there's a little butterfly trying to land on the camera. Despite it, yeah, being a red hot day, it was really, really good. But then Sunday we went to Castle Combe. So we up sticks from Calne, and then I went over to Castle Combe to meet a different team. Some of the guys came and joined us from the Saturday. And that was a complete wet day. We had rain all day long. It was pretty gruesome weather-wise, but the racing was so exciting. It's as though there wasn't any water on the track. These 1000cc bikes going around at almost the same sort of track speed. Just, sort of, oh God. It just shows how good the tyres are. But a massive thank you to our friends Jackie and Steve Solly and Selena and all the admin team there. It's a very special event for us, this one, because we get looked after, we get made welcome. And I think what's exciting is when you're made to feel welcome, you just do a lot more. So we're looking at ways to support the racing teams at the grassroots racing like this. So one thing that's coming out already is the need to be supporting the the wives and the mums, morning, who are obviously dealing with anxiety all weekend. They don't know whether their husbands or their sons or even their daughters are going to come off in high-speed accidents. So that's one that we'll be exploring with Jackie and Steve throughout the year as to how best we look after I mean, there was 250 race teams at this event, all investing so much, all putting so much on the line. And it only needs one serious accident and life-changing injuries for the whole of the family to be affected. So, you know, that's our aim really, is to look at how we can support, busy today, looking at how we can support. So what have we had? We've had a runner, dog walker, cyclist so far go past. Normally it's very quiet on here. Yeah, so as I say, North Gloucester Road Racing, you know, absolutely fabulous. We got to sit in race control for a while and see some of how the machine works. And my goodness, Steve and Jackie, what you do is incredible. So we are very proud to be supporting you. Also, something very interesting that happened at both of these events, we were given what's known as a welfare van. So the welfare van is basically a motorhome without the bedroom. You've got a kitchen area, you've got a seating area, you've got onboard heating without the engine running, you've got tea and coffee making facilities in the kitchen, toilet in the back. And this is a partnership with S&P Alliance and Highways Agency and Enterprise National Fleet Hire. So I got a random phone call one day from S&P Alliance, who were doing construction work on the motorways near to where the charity is based. They said, we want to do something for your charity, what do you need? And I checked them out, I thought, well, you know, they've got a lot of money behind them. So I was cheeky, as I always am, because we're a charity and we need support. I said, we need a van. It's very, very expensive moving logistics and merchandise and things around. I said, but we want something that we can then meet people in a more safe environment once we arrive. So we tend to put the van behind the gazebo, and when people are breaking down in tears on the stand looking for support, we can go and sit in the van. We can go and make a cup of tea. There's music on there. We've got the resources on board to actually support somebody. And the purpose really is just to have a little bit more dignity about, you know, supporting people. It's a little bit more private. So we was given this van, absolutely awesome. So multi-function van, everything just works for us. So, I mean, this partnership hopefully will be a long-term one. We don't know yet. We've got the van for another 4 events, possibly 3-4 events this year. And what we're trying to do is test out what sort of van we need for the charity. And already this feels right. I'd also like to thank Thornycroft's Mary particularly. You know, they've just supported us with a new gazebo that's gone down for the Women in Motorcycle Festival. So it means our regional coordinators down south have got access to a gazebo. That's currently with Mandy down in Kent. So thanks Thornycroft once again. Absolutely fabulous partnership. And Mary, you're a star. And Mary's going to help us look at a crowdfund that we're going to launch at the Motorcycle Live event, hopefully. So we'll tell you more about that later. What else? Yeah, Bennett's. Our friends at Bennett's. So Chris at Bennett's came to me from their events team and said that they would like to help us put a film together. They've got a budget, and yeah, so I'm working next week with the design agency that's going to work on this film. They were saying, what do you want the film to be about? So there was 2 things. You know, we started to explore the whole inclusion network of Mental Health Motorbike. But before we do that film, we're going to do one around checklists. How you actually check your bike, but also how you check yourself for, you know, are you fit to ride, basically? Are you in a good place? So the purpose really of the film, we'll start to explore next week, is doing checklists, encouraging bikers to get out there. Apologies, the camera seemed to cut out on the trail, so now we've hit the roads, it's got the road stretch. so it's a little bit noisier. So I'll just wrap this video by saying thanks to Bennett's for helping us put this film together. It's really appreciated. And thanks to all of our partners, I Am Road Smart, you know, Shiny Side Up Partnership, the National Young Riders Forum, so many partners out there at Dot Bike. And thanks to all the volunteers that consistently give. It does mean a lot to us, and it's very, very important as we grow. We are growing, we're trying to sort of do it at a pace that's not too fast, and we're always looking for volunteers. So if you want to volunteer, we need some help with the newsletter, we need some help with admin, we need some help with IT, just different roles. Talk to us, we will never turn you down. Alright, so massive thanks. Once again, if you get a moment, send Louise some audio messages, send her some messages of love on the group, on the Facebook, through her Facebook channel. You can find her on there, Louise Williamson. She would love to hear from everybody. Take care and drive steady this weekend.